When it comes to software asset management, software counters in ServiceNow provide you with all the information you need to know to determine if you are compliant with your vendors. They indicate the total number of rights that you own per all of the software licenses that you've purchased, and they also indicate the number of rights that you are using, indicated here by the installs column. Now there are a couple of things here. You've got color indicators that indicate whether or not you are compliant. And one recommendation that you may want to do in your environment is also add the immediate compliance number to the list so you can see that value without having to do that mental calculation in your head. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to right-click on the header. This would be something performed by an administrator. You could also, if you wanted to just personalize this list for yourself, you could just click on the gear icon in the upper left of the list. But here I'm going to adjust the list layout for everybody so that that immediate compliance number displays. And I will move it up just above the just above the number of rights, so you can see that value there very easily. Now you may notice here that immediate compliance is either 0 or a number. If it has a value in it, that means you need to purchase rights to match the total number of rights that you are using. The red color in the list indicates that you are not compliant and that you have some number of licenses that you need to purchase to be compliant. The orange indicates that you are within 5% of your compliance. So here we can see QuickTime Pro, 441 rights used. For the 450 rights owned, that's within 5%, and so you get that orange indicator. And now the green indicator indicates when you are not within 5%, so you own plenty of licenses. A lot of folks I've spoken with ask me, well, that green doesn't seem like a great indicator because that means you own too many licenses. That doesn't seem to be the best color indicator there of a really good state. Usually green is the desired state that you want to be in. And maybe you just don't like the colors that are indicating here. So you can change those by right-clicking the header, and you need to personalize all here. So personalize all. And you want to go to the Styles tab. That is the item that you want to personalize. Here you can see the values. We've got our colors indicated here. I'll go into the light green one, and we can look at how that value is calculated. It's based on 100 times the current installs, so the number of installs divided by the number of rights times 100 to get a percentage that we are within compliance. And if that number is less than 95, then it's giving us a light green color. Now, as I indicated, really this means we own too many licenses. So you might want to change this to be the orange color. Or if you want, you could change it to blue or whatever suits the needs of your organization. You may also be interested in changing the number here. So maybe you don't want to know within if you're less than 95%, you want to know if you're less than 90%, and also within 10% of your license count when you're looking at your totals. So I will change that value there, and let's look at this value. So again, we will change this to 90, and perhaps change this to the light green color. Update that. So we've got the new colors set, and when we view the counters, we now have indicators, and perhaps the green is showing us now our desired state where we don't own too many licenses. We're within a 10% count, which is a pretty good place to be when you're looking at your compliance. We left the red or tomato if you wanted to get technical. That tomato color is used still to indicate that we are not compliant with the vendor and we do need to purchase some rights. And then these orange ones we may look at as determining if there's some way we can reduce our total rights count, or perhaps find some way of using more of those licenses so that we're not underutilizing that software. I hope you found this useful.